everybody. We continue with our month-long series on Positively Tampa Bay commemorating Black History Month. We are taking a closer look at the St. Pete African American Heritage Project, and joining us to help us do that, we want to welcome Miss Maime Rogers, who is a retired nurse. Thank you so much for joining us. I understand that you are very famous in the ICU of the local hospital.
Well,
why is
yes, I was the first Black nurse at Bayfront Medical Center in the ICU unit. That included all kinds of cases, from trauma to seriously ill, cardiac, and physically injured patients.
What was that like for you, being the first Black nurse on that floor?
It was just a combination of things that I thought should happen in my life, because even from my childhood, my parents had instilled in me, in our entire family, a family of 6 children, that education was the way out. We did not have a choice. They told us and we did it. They said it and that settled it.
What was it like growing up in St. Pete?
I grew up here in a segregated city where there were separate water fountains, separate bathrooms, not able to go to segregated buildings. As a matter of fact, I lived across the street from St. Anthony's Hospital in Methodist Town growing up. And if I got ill, I was not able to go. I would have to go to Mercy Hospital, which was some distance away.
Do you find that the young folks don't really grasp that?
Unfortunately, we have not done a very good job, but with this project that's coming now, I think we're going to turn that around, to let them know that we endured and we perpetuated many firsts in this city so that they can have just some ordinary circumstances and live a life that's fulfilling and giving back to others.
What is the funniest story that you've shared with this group that's collecting these wonderful stories?
Well, I guess we could call it kind of an irony, because I grew up a few blocks from St. Petersburg High School and was not able to go there. I had to be bused to Gibbs High School, and many years later, my granddaughter graduated from St. Pete High School. So we treasure that as part of our history and our heritage here in the city.
Well, Maime, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your story with us.
You're quite
welcome. Really appreciate
it's all my pleasure.
And for more on these wonderful stories about the St. Pete African American Heritage Project, come on back on Facebook. We will have all these special interviews for you right there to enjoy.